Ukraine's depleted Air Force rallies to hammer Russian invaders. Russia fired at least 70 rockets at targets in Ukraine on Saturday as US President Joe Biden visited neighboring Poland, but only 8 of them hit their targets. According to reports, the Russian independent investigative journalism website, The Insider, reported that Russia fired 52 missiles from the Black Sea fleet ships based around Sevastopol and at least 18 from inside Belarus. It was the highest daily number of missiles fired by Russia in the conflict so far, and only 8 hit their targets as many were shot down, the website reported. Some of the missiles fell on Lviv and other Ukrainian areas close to the Polish border, in a move possibly designed to provoke NATO members. Despite it being more than a month into the war, security experts have been surprised that Russia hasn't managed to gain control of Ukraine's airspace. Ukraine's staunch defense of it has managed to halt the progression of the Russian military, dragging the war into a stalemate and prompting Russia to change its strategy. In its most recent update on the conflict, Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs tweeted on Sunday that some 16,600 Russian military personnel had been killed, while its air force has suffered heavy losses, with 121 aircraft and 127 helicopters either destroyed or captured by Ukrainian forces or abandoned by the Russians. "52 Russian anti-aircraft warfare systems had also been lost." Russia hasn't released a recent update on numbers in this regard. There have also been reports and social media posts about a fighter pilot dubbed the Ghost of Kiev, who is said to have single-handedly brought down 6 Russian planes since Vladimir Putin launched the invasion of Ukraine on February 24. The reports are unverified. On Monday, US officials and military analysts told The Washington Post that the air war over Ukraine appeared to have entered a new phase, with Russia's air force boosting the number of daily flights by 50% and deploying an increasing amount of Russian drones and munitions over the battlefield. The Russian army has so far failed in its objective to capture some of Ukraine's strategic cities, including Kiev. There has been a huge presence of Russian forces outside the capital since the early days of the war, but the army has failed to penetrate the city, and the Ukrainian army has even recaptured areas outside Kiev in counter-offensives. When Biden was in Warsaw over the weekend, meeting Polish officials and other Western allies, he held nothing back in his speech on the war. Some of the remarks veered off script. Biden said that Putin cannot remain in power, prompting Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to later deny that Washington was advocating for a regime change in Moscow. French President Emmanuel Macron also warned against escalating the rhetoric in the middle of the war. Russia's sweeping and unprovoked attack on Ukraine has sent a chill around the globe. Not since World War II has Europe seen fighting on this scale. Should the Kremlin succeed, Poland's hostile borders could increase from 1 to 3: Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. The danger of the conflict encroaching on NATO's eastern flank is real. We must address these security risks now. First, border enforcement and refugee management detract from military readiness. Since last summer, Poland has been lauded by the EU for its strict handling of the Belarusian-induced border crisis in its east. In this continuing hybrid warfare attack, encouraged by Russia, Polish border guards require assistance from the military. This reduces vital readiness for the military's core mission of defending the homeland. The new border challenge is immense, as Poland has welcomed more than 2.2 million Ukrainian refugees, and tens of thousands more pour across the border daily. Russian provocateurs may be among them. So far, the EU has pledged 500,000 euros, that's around $550,000, which is clearly inadequate. During his visit, President Biden announced $1 billion in general refugee support. This was welcomed by Poland's President Duda, who also thanked Biden for sending 5,000 additional soldiers, doubling America's troop presence in the country. In December, the NATO Response Force, or NRF, was alerted. NATO should immediately deploy the full NRF with additional air and missile defense (AMD) capabilities to the region.